on to the second part of our session, which is probably one of the most important parts of today, and that is around how to take control of your privacy settings. So Facebook is a great place to hang out, but we need to make sure our privacy settings are set for safety. So let's dive into that section. So when you set up your account, you can choose if you want your account to be a public or a private account. A public account means that everyone who uses Facebook can see what you post. They can see your friends list, your profile information. This makes it really easy for people to find you, but it can present some privacy challenges. So generally, we like to encourage people to have a private account. So this means that you limit your public information, and only people who you are Facebook friends with can see what you post. They can see your profile information and your friends list. And this is a much safer way to use Facebook. I have my account set to private, and I make sure that I regularly check my friends list to know who I am friends with online. So let's have a look at how these two different accounts look like. You'll notice the public account on the left with information and pictures that is clearly visible for everyone to see and to comment on. And then you've got the private account on the right, which is where you can only see minimal information. So with a private account, your Facebook friends will be able to see everything you post. It just means your general information isn't available for everyone to see. So if someone is looking for you, they might see this private account and then they can send you a friend request. And then from that friend request, they will then be able to see everything. So in this section, we're going to look at how to find and set up your basic privacy settings on Facebook. So how you access your settings changes depending on if you are accessing from a mobile phone, a tablet, an iPad, or a computer. It can be a little bit different also if you're using an iPhone or an Android phone. But the good thing is there are a few tips that I'm going to give you that will help you regardless of what device you are using. So to access your Facebook privacy settings, you need to look at the top right-hand corner of your screen. This is generally regardless of what device you are accessing from. And you'll need to click on either your profile picture, the three dots, or the three lines. And you can see an example in the oval with the number 1 over in the bottom left-hand corner of the slide. Once you have clicked on one of these icons, you are looking for something called your privacy checkup. And this will either be directly there or it might be under your settings, which you can access via the clock or under privacy. So you can see here, number 2, we have our privacy checkup. So that is where we will go through our Facebook privacy checkup. So before we do this, we are going to launch a quick poll once again to see where you find your privacy checkup. So grab your mouse or your tablet and click where you find your privacy checkup. So with your demographic information, is it the right-hand side of the page with the profile image and the 3 dots and lines? Or is it impossible to change your settings and you can't do it? So we've got quite a few results coming in already, which is great. Very quick responses, thank you. Awesome, we'll just give it another 10 seconds for the last few to put their results in, and then we will have a look at the answer. Okay, let's have a look. Thank you for voting. The vast majority of you, 92% of you, are exactly right. It is the right-hand side of the page, either under your profile image, the 3 dots, or the 3 lines. It's not so much with your demographic information, but near your demographic information, you will find these profile image 3 dots and 3 lines. It is possible to change your settings. So for those of you who feel like it's impossible, I hope that after we go through the privacy checkup, you will have all the tools and strategies that you need to update and change your privacy settings. So thank you for that. Let's go dive into our privacy checkup now and have a look at these privacy settings. So let's look at our privacy checkup. And this is a guide for all your privacy settings on Facebook. It is a great feature that puts everything in one convenient and easy place to find. There are 5 different checkup features that will appear, and we're going to work through each one today. The first one we're going to work through covers who can see what you share. So let's have a look. Once you click on that icon there, we will go into who sees what you share. So for each piece of demographic information, such as your email, your birthday, your year of birth, you have 4 options for who can see that information. You can decide if you want everyone to see it, and this is called public. If you only want your Facebook friends to see it, you can click on friends, or maybe you want everyone. Maybe you don't want anyone to be able to see it, and then you will click only me. There is also a 4th option, and this is custom, where you can choose to include or exclude friends for certain bits of information. So you might, for example, let your year of birth be seen by only your closest friends and family. So you could select those people individually. And then maybe your birth date, you might just let friends see that. So once you have decided who can see each part of your profile information, click the blue Next button in the bottom right-hand side of your screen. And this will bring you to a section on your posts and stories. And again, you can select from the same options as before to decide who sees your future posts and stories. So future posts and any comments, photos or video on any comments on photos or videos that you make, you can decide who sees that. So we know that stories have a time-limited photos, which you can only see for 24 hours. And you can also choose to see who sees your past posts. You might choose to limit that. And so once you've chosen about your future posts, who you want to see it from public, friends, only me, and custom, and also choose your stories, who you want to see there, you can also choose to then limit your posts. And once you've done that, you click next, and that will bring you to the next part of our checkup, which is the blocking section. And this is where you can block and unblock contacts. So this can be handy if you're Facebook friends with someone who you don't really know as well as other people, and you might not want them to see everything. It might have been someone that you just met at a group and they were like, oh, I'll add you on Facebook. And so when you block someone, they will no longer see things that you post on your timeline or be able to contact you or suggest events and groups you might be interested in. They will also not see what you post. So to do so, you simply click on the blue circle with the white cross in the middle. You can see I put a little little purple square around it in the middle of the screen. And then you can choose any individual friends you would like to block. Once you have done this, you hit complete and you have finished the first part of your privacy checkup. Then we can move to the next bit at the bottom, which says review another topic. You can also come in here and unblock someone if you want to. So let's look at the second part. And this second aspect of our privacy checkup is how to keep your account secure. So let's have a look at that. Here in this section, you can change your password. It is a good idea to change your password every few years to keep your account safe. They also provide you with some tips around a strong password to support you. And next, you can set up two-factor authentication. This is an extra layer of security to your account. And to do so, you simply follow those step-by-step instructions. And finally, you can set up an alert. An alert is when someone tries to log into your account from an unrecognized device. So, for example, I was helping my parents the other week and I logged into my Facebook account from their laptop. And because this isn't one of my regular devices, I received an email alerting me to a new device accessing my account. In this case, it was safe because I knew it was me. However, if I wasn't trying to access my Facebook account from a new account, I would know that someone was trying to log or hack into my Facebook account. And so I would then go into my privacy checkup and change my password to ensure that it remains secure. And once you have worked through these steps, you are all set and have completed the second part of your privacy checkup. So you can click the blue button at the bottom which says review another topic. So let's take a look at our third aspect of our privacy checkup. And this is how people can find you on Facebook. So this is an important one if you want to reconnect with people who you may have lost contact with. So this part is where we find people on Facebook, and there are 3 ways that people can find you on Facebook. The first is by searching with your name. The second is by your phone number or your email address. And the latter 2, you can choose who can look you up by phone number or email address. And it's the same options we had as before: public, friends, only me, or custom. You can also choose who can send you friend requests. And so this can be public, so that anyone can send you a friend request, or you can set it to friends of friends. This way you're less likely to get requests from people who you don't know. I have mine set as friends of friends, so it only means that someone who's friends with a friend of mine can send me a friend request. And finally, there are search engines. And this is things like Google showing your Facebook profile. So you can choose to turn this off and increase your privacy. When it is turned off, people can still search you in Facebook. They just can't search you in external search engines. So it's another layer of privacy and safety. So once you have worked through these steps, you are all set and you have completed the third part of your privacy checkup. You can select the blue button at the bottom which says review another topic. Which brings us to our fourth and second last aspect of the privacy checkup, and this is your data settings on Facebook. So let's have a look. This section is all about the different apps and websites that you might have accidentally or maybe you've deliberately linked to your Facebook account. So sometimes when you go to sign up for an app or website, it gives you the option to sign in with your Facebook account. If you select that, you will have then linked your Facebook account to that website or app. And I know often if I'm trying to do something and I have to sign in, I'll often just select that because it feels like a quicker way than signing up again. But later on in the track, you might not want to be connected to that. So you can go in here and you can easily remove any sites that you have linked to your Facebook login that you no longer want to use. And then once you have done that, your data settings on Facebook are complete and you can move to our final topic. And this final aspect of the Facebook checkup is your ad preference on Facebook. And yes, Facebook does give us ads. It is a free service, and with most free services, it comes with a price, and that is our ads. And so in this section, you can decide what profile information you share with advertisers. These aspects include your relationship status, past or current employer, a job title, maybe it's where you volunteer. You can also decide if you want your friends to see everything you do here on Facebook. So that's things like who you follow, comments you make, and posts and events you join and check-ins. So once you have done this, you have completed all 5 steps of your privacy checkup, and you have set your settings on Facebook to be nice and safe.